Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Anya and this is going to be the sort of review video for my February Shop My Stash. February was a short month and I didn't film the introduction to the Shop My Stash for February until like midway through the month because I was sick for the beginning. And I picked out a lot of products that I already knew how I felt about them. I liked them because I wanted to sort of ease myself back into wearing makeup more frequently. And for it being a very short month and I had about 2.5–3 weeks to play with all of this, I'm actually surprised at how much of this I managed to use. I didn't use everything. That's the theme for this entire year. I think I'm not going to be able to use everything in every single Shop My Stash. I'm really pleased with the amount of items that I was able to use, so I just thought I would take you through them. Now I have a couple of items that were rolled over from January that are sort of my staples. I'm just going to quickly chat about them first. First one down in this corner is the Fenty Pro Filt'r Face Primer. It's my favourite primer and I always have it on hand to use with my Hello Pretty Powder Foundation from Mekka, which is my favourite. I have two of them in here because this one is repressed and doesn't have a lot left in it. I wanted to finish the repressed one in February. I didn't manage, so I'm going to work on that for March. Those are staying. I'm also keeping my Smashbox primer water. I have the Serene Greens one. It was a limited edition scent. It's really lovely and I like using that as like a primer for my primer to lock in my skincare and keep me nice and hydrated. I have the Fenty eye primer here, which I added in this February month, but it was one that I missed in January and it's one I use a lot underneath my eyes to prime for concealer to avoid creasing. Which brings me as a lovely segue into this concealer. This is the Tarte Shape Tape. I have the shade Fair. I'm trying to pan this. There isn't a lot left. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to pan it fully in March, but I'm going to try because I don't think there's a whole lot left. And I'm also going to keep this, which is the Colourpop No Filter Concealer in Fair 00, the white one, in here. I'm also trying to pan this and as you can see there is not a lot left, so that is one I know I will finish. I also have my staple, which is the Tarte Lights Camera Splashes mascara. It's one of the only mascaras that hold a curl on my lashes and I've tried probably at this point hundreds. I've tried a lot. Love it a lot. I have a backup of this and this is the mascara that I always use. And then my final sort of staple in this drawer is my NYX Micro Brow Pencil in Auburn. This was my backup and I finished my last one. I can't remember if it was January or February. I don't have a backup of this and I'm always a little bit worried whenever I don't have a backup because I love this. I use this almost every single time I do my eyebrows. The colour works really lovely with my hair and I love the formulation, the colour, everything on this is just perfect for me. But it's tiny, so if I use this absolutely every single time I do my makeup, and I do my makeup like 3 times a week, I can use one in a month. Do need to buy another one of these soon because I think I have a little more than half of this left, but I know that if there's gonna be a couple of days where I buy my makeup in a row, this is gonna go down quickly. So next time I'm out, I'm gonna have to buy a new one, but that always stays in here. I guess I can start with the stuff that's going back and the stuff that was used. So I used the Fenty Killawatt Freestyle Highlighter Duo. This is in Lightning Dust Fire Crystal. This is an amazing one if you have very pale skin. I have a neutral undertone. These are really, really gorgeous. They look just gorgeous on my skin. So one has some glitter. This has some glitter to it. The other one is more shiny. And I think they're gorgeous. And you're not going to be able to see very well on my hand because my hand is very dry at the moment, but you can sort of see the glossiness there. I love this a lot and this is one of my favourite highlighters of all time and it works so well with my skin tone and everything, so I love this. But I am going to put it back because I've used it for a bit. I'm also going to put back this Bourjois bronzer. This is the chocolate bronzer in the shade 51. I don't mind this. I find this, compared to a lot of my other bronzers, is more sheer. So this is one that I think I could easily end up panning. You can sort of see that there's not a lot of colour that comes off, which is great for panning because it means you need to use a lot to get product to show up. But I have a bronzer in my project pan already that I do want to focus on for a little bit, so I'm going to put this powder bronzer back. I am going to bring in a cream one though to play with, but I'm going to put this one back for a bit. I used the Collection Lasting Perfection concealer in Fair a couple of times and this is fine, But my issue with this is that it oxidizes, and the colour it oxidizes to ends up being too dark for me. So I'm going to put this back, and this is a product that I might end up panning closer to the summer, or bringing back at that point, because it is a little bit too dark for me at the moment. But I'm hopeful to, since it's technically spring, I really hope Norway is going to catch up to that, and we're going to get some sun, because it's snowing. It's winter here still, but I am hopeful that I will be able to finish this, maybe not this year but next year. But I did enjoy the formulation of it. It's just the colour was wrong. I used this Fenty Gloss Bomb in Fenty Glow. It's amazing, I really like it. I'm not a big lip gloss person. This is one of the only formulations that I absolutely love wearing, because it's comfortable, it's moisturising, it's really nice and glossy without being sticky. But I am going to put it back for a bit, because I have some other glosses to try. I used this little one in the shade Abu Dhabi from the NYX Off My Lip Cream line. Adore this shade, it is really nice. Excuse you, car. There's a road right outside my house, sorry if you can hear the noises. This colour is really lovely, and it's really nice nude on me. It's sort of a slightly peachy, rosy, browny nude. I'm not sure how, I'm not very good at describing colours. It looks very lovely on the lips and I like it a lot, but I'm going to put it back because I've used it. For the rest of the lip products in here, well, I used this one. I'm going to put this one back. The Colourpop Disney Designer Luxe Lipstick in Belle. Loved it. The colour on this is just so pretty and gorgeous. The formulation is amazing, and I like it a lot. But I'm going to put it back because I have a lot of lip products to get through this year, and it's going to be a struggle when this keeps happening, when I'm not using most of them. But lip products is the one thing I'm struggling the most with, because I have both this Shop My Stash, where my goal is to get to every single product in my makeup collection by the end of the year. But I also have my Project Pan, and I have so many lip products that I essentially have to use a different colour every single day, which doesn't leave a lot of room for panning, when I have to just jump between product to product and not spend a lot of time on one. So I have focused a lot on my Project Pan items, not so much on the Shop My Stash, and I'm going to have a bit of a full month for March in terms of wearing lip products. So it's going to be interesting to see if I can actually use everything that I put in here as well as the ones that are left, whilst trying to pan and focus on some of the Project Pan ones. I am not looking forward to it. It's going to be a little bit stressful. I'm going to just try it anyway. The rest of the lip products here are staying though. I did use this, which this tends to separate very quickly, but shaking it up is fine. I am going to put this back for a little bit. It's the green glitter liner from the Mekka Metal Moments one. It's in the shade Electric. It is gorgeous. I paired it with a green eye look that I played around with one evening, and I like it a lot. It's really lovely and glittery. I don't like this colour as much as I do some of the other colours from this line. I find this is a little bit harder to get super opaque, but it was lovely. I'm going to put it back for a bit. I am sort of halfway thinking about potentially decluttering these, but I'm gonna wait a little bit, bring it back, and I'll probably end up bringing all of my glitter liners in just to see if I will use them, because I do prefer Stila Glitter and Glows in terms of adding glitter to my eye looks, not so much glitter liners because I find them a little bit finicky to use and difficult to get opaque. But I'm not going to declutter it yet because I do want to try it more in the future. I am going to put this foundation back. Almost forgot about this. This is the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25-hour foundation with Comfort Serum. I have the shade 100 Ivory. It is too dark for me, so I have been mixing this with the white mixer. And I love this foundation a lot. It looks amazing. This is currently next in line to pan when my IT Cosmetics CC cream is done. I did discover this was not the item that broke me out in January, so I'm pretty pleased with this, which is why I'm going to put it back for a bit. And I don't know if I'm going to rotate out my CC cream in March. I'm getting a little bit sick of a lot of the items in that drawer, so I might end up rotating this in at the end of March just to try and panning this instead. I like this one a lot though, and I think it is amazing. I use both of my Wet n Wild blushes, so I have Mellow Wine and Pearlescent Pink. I really like the formulation of these. I like the colours of these. They're great. I like them a lot. I'm gonna have to put them back because I need to play with more blushes, but these are great, and it's one of those times where I really wish Wet n Wild was not cruelty free. Well, was not cruelty free. My words don't work properly today either. It's just a bit challenging, but maybe they will go back. It's not my final two, I have a couple more, but these two as well I ended up using. This e.l.f. one I ended up loving. I used this in my last video, which was my empties video as like my blush. It is just gorgeous. I did this on my eyes, I did this on my cheeks. It's just so pretty. It's super nice and glowing. It really looks like I have like a dip in the center there, and I kind of do. But I just applied this really heavily, and you end up with a really gorgeous glowy peachy cheek, which I love. But I'm going to put it back for a while because I have other stuff to play with. I also ended up using the Colourpop Disney Designer Super Chocolate Cheek in Part of Your World, which is the pink colour. I don't like this colour, the pink one, as much as I like the gold colour from the same collection, but it is pretty to wear, and I think these are one of the only cream cheek products that work for me and my skin, because they can be applied over foundation and not disrupt anything, which I like. But I'm going to put it back because I have other stuff to play with. I used two eyeliners. I used the Mekka one in, I think it's Night Mauves, I might be wrong, as well as the Colourpop Crunch Liner in Teaspoon when I did my eyeshadow a couple of times. Love these liners. The formulation of both of these are great. The colours are gorgeous. But I'm going to put them back. And I think for the rest, everything else is going to stay. I didn't end up using most of the lip liners. The two other eyeliners, three other eyeliners I can count, I didn't use. I used two of the lip liners a couple of times, but the other two I didn't use, and I do want to finish the Mekka one, so I'm going to keep them in here and hopefully finish them. But this one from e.l.f. I really enjoyed, but I want to use it a little bit longer in hopes of potentially panning it. The Hourglass Stick Foundation I did a first impression on. I filmed my first impression last week. It's not gone up yet. I think it's going up by the next week, the week after, or the week after that. But I'm going to put it in here because I do want to actually film. I'm not going to spoil my first impression on it, but I do want to film a more dedicated review for this product, and for that I do want to try it out more in different settings with other products as well, so I'm going to keep it in here and play with it. The Mekka highlighter in Pearl I didn't use, so it's going to stay. The eyeshadow singles, I ended up swatching a lot of them and playing with them on my hands and stuff. I didn't use any of them on my eyes. Didn't use the Linda Hallberg palette, so I'm going to keep that. For this palette, I ended up using a couple of them in a video that I filmed, which was, it was a weird video because nothing went right. It was a weird day because nothing went right. But I ended up getting a look that was usable. Hopefully it's going to be up soon. But I'm going to keep it in here because I haven't played with all of the colours in here. I'm mainly missing a lot of the pinks as well as some of the blues. So I'm going to keep it in here and play around with it more. I'm still not done with my Makeup Revolution Emily Edit the Once palette in the No Pan Left Behind. It annoys me a little bit. It is what it is, and I'm going to keep it in here. And essentially force myself to use that this month so that I can put it back. It's been here for 3 months now, and I have a lot of other eyeshadows that I need to use. For this one, this is the Makeup Mekka Baked Highlighter in Halo Me. I have tried using this as a powder, and it works really well, because on my skin it doesn't really highlight, it doesn't really give me any glow, it just looks matte, a little bit like white-ish, slightly pink sometimes, depending on how much of each colour I pick up in here. It works as a powder. It's a little bit glowy, it doesn't keep me matte for very long, which I expected of it. It's a highlighter in actuality. I'm going to keep it here because I do want to play some more with it, and I don't know, this is an item that will most likely end up in my project pan at some point, because I don't love it as a highlighter. I don't like it as a highlighter at all. I keep dropping things, and I can use it as a powder, but I don't love it as a powder, so I wouldn't mind panning it. I'm going to keep it in here to play around with it some more though, because it was kind of fun discovering that it did something for my face, at least. That was the February wrap up for this video. I am a bit annoyed at myself for not getting to more of the lip products in particular. The eyeshadow is what it is. I ended up doing some looks with the Project Pan stuff. I am overall pretty happy with myself because I did end up using a lot of the items in here, more of them than I expected. So that was all in all a plus, but having done the maths afterwards, I am stuck with too many lip products for days and I need to just use them more. But thank you so much for watching this video. I will put up my Shop My Stash for March. I'm going to film this right after. It's going to go up on Saturday. I've changed my upload days from Tuesday and Friday to Wednesday and Saturday. It just works better for me, so I'm going to try and stick to that. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you have tried anything in the drawer, let me know what you think of them down below, and I will see you again soon. Bye!